forgiveness practice. So I've just read a little bit about the ways in which the world will offer us sometimes some things we want and sometimes some things we don't want. And something that also comes up for us is that we may very much be the thing we don't want. And especially when we're parenting or when our relationship with someone, whether it's our parents, our spouse, our pet, we may respond in ways that we don't want to. We may find ourselves doing things that we wish we hadn't, that we're repeating. And I wanted to offer forgiveness. I wanted to open up to this idea of what would it feel like to forgive myself for everything. And I've worked in a mental health facility with teenagers, and I've asked hundreds and hundreds of teenagers this question, what gets in the way of forgiving ourselves? And the most common answer I get is, I need this. I need to remember that I'm not enough or not lovable. I need to hold myself to this standard of not forgiving myself, because it would be so scary if I did. I wouldn't even know what to do. So, and my first time I encountered a forgiveness meditation, I was on retreat, and there's a really traditional Buddhist one that's quite short, and we did it, there's a room of about 35 or 40 of us, and I heard it. And I remember just being I was in tears because I was so far away from what that was all about. But I knew I wanted it. I was like, how do I get there? How can I offer this to myself? Because I come from a house where something happens and the first thing is, who did this? Maybe you've been in that house. Who broke that? Where? It's not, we need to assign blame. So I always call that the dirty hot potato, right? It's who gets it. I didn't, no, it was because you did that. Like, no, I don't want it because the blame and the shame. But that's kind of like the currency of the house, was whoever was outside of the blame circle, you got to be here, but we all held it. We all held this belief that we were wrong, we were bad, that there was something unforgivable in these transgressions, whatever it was. So I wrote this because I recognized all the places that I hadn't forgiven myself, and especially if you're involved with parenting, there's so many moments where we're gonna get it wrong. We're not gonna do the thing, that we imagine we're gonna do. We're gonna act like human beings with feelings, and we're gonna respond. So, and some things I have learned in my own life that I've taught people, that I taught them, and then I realized them for myself, and I went, oh, it's really true. But when I am able to fully accompany the pain that has been caused and created by someone else, I have space in me. I can then there's a part of me that can release the blame towards another. But until I've been able to fully accompany the pain in me, there's no way I can offer that to somebody else. So that's been a huge learning for me. That if there's a rock in my heart towards somebody, there's something in me that is still asking for care for me. So the way